This line is crazy at the Nike outlet. It literally goes all the way outside the mall. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 64 of going from $100 all the way up to $100,000. Now, from last episode, we are starting with a grand total of $5,618.05. I'm hoping, fingers crossed to get to $10,000. I don't know how likely that is going to be. Right off the bat, we did sell a decent amount of shoes already for this episode. However, we're going to go through that at the end of the video. And yeah, before we hit up any stores, I just have to let you guys know we're giving this pair away once we hit 1,000 subscribers. Right now, all I'm asking, if this is your first time watching my videos, go ahead and enjoy, lay back. You don't have to do anything. However, if this is your second time or more watching my video, all I do is ask for you guys to subscribe. It's absolutely free and it actually helps promote the channel. YouTube sees people subscribing and it promotes the channel, so you're helping me out a lot. Plus, you'll be entered into this giveaway once we hit 1,000 subscribers. We're gonna be giving this away. And then I just want to say thank you guys for all the new people who came in here from TikTok, or if you've seen my YouTube shorts, thank you guys. It means a lot. I've been very active on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram Reels, all that stuff, very active. All of my accounts will be in the description below if you want to follow me. The TikTok takeover is this year, so don't be late to that. Yeah, without further ado, let's go hit up some stores and see what we can find today. Okay, starting off, we found these nice green and all white Dunk highs. They're both women's exclusives. And these Air Force One lows for $136, size 13. Looking back at it, I regret not picking this pair up. Then they have the new George Green Jordan 1 highs here, but Jordan 1 high hype is dead, so there's no resale value on these. And the pomegranate Jordan 1 lows, I swear these released such a long time ago. Some more Air Force Ones on sale, this one a little bit more pricey. Okay, so we found nothing in store, guys, but I did order these ones. Not gonna lie, they were gonna be for a personal pair for myself. However, I didn't really like them once they came in. There's some Air Force One lows. We paid $113.40. They're size 10.5. I didn't really like them, so we're just gonna add them into our inventory. Now, the place I got them had a huge sale going on. This shoe's actually part of another video I uploaded. If I've uploaded it already, it's gonna be somewhere up here so you guys can see it. But it is this pair of Air Force One lows. I don't know, guys. At first, I really liked them and I thought they would be really nice. Don't get me wrong. They're really, really nice in hand. It's just, I don't think I can pull something like this off. Not gonna lie, guys. It is really nice. I can't deny that. Like, the material on these, really, really nice. Can't complain about them. Lots of gold accents. However, I just can't pull it off, unfortunately. So yeah, we paid $113 for these ones. I can probably sell them for around $150, $180. So that's amazing to see. I almost forgot to tell you guys, not only did we pick up those Air Forces, but we also picked up a few more of the Jordan 12 Stealth. However, those already sold, so spoiler alert for the end of the video, all of our Jordan 12s have sold. However, we picked up a size 10, 5 9s, and 2 9.5s. They all sold, guys. And yeah, unfortunately, that's all we picked up today. Let's just fast forward to the next day. Hopefully, we can find something better. Plus, the last time we go, it's going to be a Boxing Day weekend, so hopefully we can pick up a lot of stuff this episode. But at the same time, I really want to hit that $10,000 mark, and buying a bunch of stuff during Boxing Day might counteract that. But at the end of the day, more inventory is better than no inventory. So let's fast forward to the next time we go. Okay, first off, they still have these 11 low IEs, no discount for some reason, and the Jordan 7 Cardinals. These are definitely going to go on sale eventually. Super clean colorway though. They still have these on sale for $230. They need to drop way more. Nobody's picking these up. These 13s finally dropped in price. However, it was a really small size. They're pretty much selling for exactly $200, so can't pick these ones up. Not gonna lie, these Air Max 97s go crazy. Plus, they're on sale for $150. Some more Air Forces on sale. This one is size 8 for $136. Unfortunately, the resale of these were just like $100. They even have the all white pair on sale for $123, a size 11.5. Again, looking back at this, I should have picked it up. Then they have the Jordan 2 Chicagos. We're definitely picking up a few of these, and these all black Prestos. They surprisingly have some resale value. Okay, and honestly, we found some good stuff. I'm not gonna lie, we found some pretty decent stuff. First off are these Nike Prestos. It's the all black pair. I'm not too sure if these have been on the channel before. I know we've had Prestos in the past. I'm not sure if we had this triple black colorway. We paid $91. Got a size 8 and a size 11. And for some reason, these are selling really, really high, for like the $150 mark. I don't know why exactly. However, they're selling pretty decently. So we picked up 2 pairs, again, a size 8 and 11 for $91.88. Can't complain about that. Then you guys can probably tell by the box, we got some Jordan 2 Chicagos. I already did a review on this. It's gonna be up here somewhere if you guys want to watch it. But yeah, some Jordan 2 Chicagos, can't go wrong about that. If you've been watching my videos for a little bit now, you'll know not the biggest fan of Jordan 2s, especially the low tops, because they low-key just look like bowling shoes. I know there's a couple people out there, especially on my For You page, I've seen people say that they love the Jordan 2 lows. I'm not the biggest fan of them. We got 3 men's sizes and a 6.5 grade school, so 4 pairs total. Paid $273 for the men's and $173.25 for the grade school. So pretty decent stuff. These should move really easily for us, especially because they're a new drop and it's the Chicago colorway. Next up, we got some more Jordan 11. We got this 4Y in the cherry 11s, and we got a size 8 and 8.5 in men's sizes. Again, just going and picking up these. They're quick flips. I'm not going to get the most amount of money for them anymore because it's been a decent while since these have released, but again, I should be able to make some little bit of profit on each pair, so that's my goal. Hopefully I can sell these relatively fast as well. And yeah, decent stuff today. The more I see it, the more it's like, I don't know if we're gonna hit 10,000 because a lot of these shoes are starting to add up. Plus now we have the Boxing Day, and all I know it's gonna be hella busy tomorrow. I'm not really prepared for this. We're probably just gonna go to Nike because usually Nike, that's where the good discounts are. I'm hoping for like around a 40% off discount. That would be amazing. But yeah, let's just fast forward to see what happens and see how good the discounts are. Okay, wow, that was exhausting, not gonna lie. We were there for hours, but did get a lot of stuff, which is always great. But yeah, there for literally hours. However, like I said, we bought not a lot of stuff, but a good amount of stuff, and for stupidly cheap too. That's the best part. I know I didn't have a lot of videos in store of Nike, but trust me, it was very hectic, just like it was on Black Friday. That's why there's not a lot of video. But like you guys saw in the thumbnail, that lineup, it literally started all the way outside. So we were in line for probably a solid 2-ish hours, not gonna lie. However, we did pick up some stuff, so let's go over everything we picked up. First, for $77.98, we got these Air Max 97s. They're a women's exclusive, a size 10 women's, and for 77 bucks I should be able to move these pretty easily. I've seen these at Nike for a hot minute now, but with this 40% off, I decided why not just grab it. And yeah, these should move for a decent profit, not gonna lie. For 77 bucks, I'm hoping to get around 120, 150 for them, you know, but I guess we'll find out when they sell. Next, we got a couple more of these. You've seen them before. They're the Thea mids, I think. This brown colorway, and we got a few more in the black colorway. They were $81.89, which is better than what we paid before. But yeah, we just got a few more of these because if you remember, we sold all the brown colorway, so I picked up a decent amount more of the brown colorway and only a few more in the black colorway. So yeah, these should move pretty easily for us, especially now that they're cheaper, and this brown colorway, as you know, they've been selling pretty good for us. So yeah, moving on, I got more of these Torch 3s. If you guys remember from last episode, we literally sold the last 2 pairs that we had. However, these were $47.24, so we picked up 2 more, a 10 and 10.5. And again, these should move relatively easily for us, especially because we sold the other 2 that was a higher price point than what we paid for these ones, because these ones less than 50 bucks. So I should be able to probably double my money on these, not gonna lie, so that's always great. Then we got a couple blazers. First are these women blazer lows, just an all white pair, a size 8. We paid $83.99 for them. As you can see, it's just the normal all white blazer. I don't expect to make the craziest amount of profit on these ones, but it's an all white blazer. Should be able to move relatively easily because all white shoes, almost hard not to sell, especially once they're like Nikes like this. Pretty easily to sell at that point. Then some blazer mid 77s. We have this weird colorway. It's almost like a tan-ish colorway. A 7.5, also a women's exclusive. And yeah, nothing really special about these ones. These ones we got for a good deal. We paid $62.99 for these ones, so a little bit better than the other ones. And yeah, just a tan blazer mid. Then we got 5 pairs of these Nike SB blazer courts, and we paid stupid cheap for these. We paid $44.07. Again, we got 5 pairs from a size 10 to 13, and it's this all white pair with a black swoosh. This one probably gonna be the best one for us because it's so cheap, and again, it's an all white blazer but with a black swoosh. These ones definitely going to be the best profit percentage wise, and should have really no problem moving these. So yeah, 5 pairs of these. Then I picked up some more Air Max 2090s. This black colorway, I got a couple in men's and in women's. We paid $56.68 total. So we're just adding this to the inventory that we already had because they were a lot cheaper, and at that price point it's really hard not to be able to sell them for a profit. So yeah, I think we picked up 3 pairs of men's and maybe 2 of women's, but again, all sizes will be at the end of the video. Then I bought some more in the white colorway, same price point, but these ones are all men's sizes. Same thing applies with these ones. Again, gonna be really hard not to move, especially at that cheap price point of under 60 bucks. Then we got 3 pairs of these Jordan Westbrook ones. Not too sure exactly the colorway on them. I think it might be like the black cement, but these were stupid cheap. They were $94 with 40% off, so around that $50 mark. So yeah, we got 3 pairs of these, and again, they don't have to be the most well-known Jordans, guys. They will still move for a profit, and it's so hard not to be able to make profit on these, especially because they're under like that $60 range. So we picked up 3 pairs of these. Then in the Jordan Max Aurora, we got 2 pairs, paid $62.28, and it is the cool gray colorway. It's the Jordan 11 wannabe cool grays. Again, they're like the budget Jordan 11s. However, surprisingly, they do have some resale value, so that's why we picked up 2 pairs of these. Then we have the Jordan Access in a size 11.5 in the all white colorway. As you can see, we paid $56 for them. Same thing for these. Should be able to move relatively easily, even though they're like the budget Jordan 1 mids. But for 56 bucks, it's so hard not to make money on those. Then we got another pair of the Access, but we got 2 pairs of these ones. It's the bread colorway. Same thing applies, guys. For 56 bucks, it's almost impossible not to make money on these. Then some Jordan Liftoffs in a size 10 in this like black Concord colorway. Paid $69.28 for them. A little bit more pricey. Should be able to make a couple bucks, maybe around $100 to $80 on this pair. But again, that's pretty good considering they're like a budget Jordan. We got these KDs a size 11.5 for $51. Again, gonna be very hard not to make some sort of profit on these. So very happy about that. And yeah, that is everything, guys. We picked up a decent amount of stuff. I'm not too sure in total how much we spent today, but we did sell a lot of stuff, so hopefully we're close to, I don't think we're gonna hit 10k, but we're probably gonna be around 7 to 8k, hopefully 10k. I don't know exactly, but with that being said, let's go over everything we sold this episode, starting with the Adifoam Q Gray in a size 10.5, the Jordan 1 Low Bordeaux in a size 13, the Jordan 1 Mid Shootney Taxi in an 8.5 women's, the Jordan 1 Mid Teal in a 10 women's, the Jordan 13 University Blue in a size 11, the Jordan Zion 2 Voodoo in a size 13, 12, 11.5, 11, and 10, and all of our Jordan 12 Stealths, the size 12, 11, 2 10.5, 3 10s, 3 9.5, 7 9s, and 4 8.5s. And hopefully with all that, our total is like around 10,000. That's what I'm praying for. But with that being said, let's go over everything in our inventory, starting with the Nike SB Blazer Court white and black in a 13, 12, 11, and 2 10s. The Blazer Mid in the light or brown colorway in a 7.5. Then the Blazer Low white colorway in an 8 women's. The Nike SB Free Premium Ash Gray in a 13, 11.5, 11, 10, and 9.5. Then in the Summit White Lilac colorway in a 13, 3 11.5s, and 11 and 10.5. Then the Nike SB Alley Oop black and white colorway in a 10 and 9.5. The Air Max 97 Golden Gals in a 10.5 women's, the Air Max 90 Terrascape White Rattan in a 13, 12, 10.5, 8, and 8.5, the Air Max Avio Black Bright Crimson in a 12, the Air Max Torch 3 Black in a 10.5 and 10, the Air Force 1 Low Premium Light Arc Ray in a 10.5, the White Black Teal colorway in an 11, 3 10.5s, a 10, 9.5, and 9, the White and Black colorway in a 14 and 13, the College Pack Midnight Navy in a 9 and 13, the Air Max 1 Gulf Tiger in an 8 and 7, the Air Max Plus Hiking Kumquat Marina in a 6.5, 6, 5.5, and 5Y, the Air Max 290 Sail Ghost in a 5, 5.5, 6, and 7.5 women's, the Futurism Ice Lilac colorway in an 8 and 8.5, the Black White Black colorway. We have 2 12s, a 10.5, 2 10s, a 9.5. Then in women's, we have 2 9s and an 8.5. Then in the Barely Rose colorway, we have an 8 women's. Then in the Triple White colorway, we have a 12, 10, 2 9.5, 10.5s, a 9 and 8. Then in the Evolutions of Icons, we have a 12 and 11. Then in the Air Max 270 React Black colorway, we have a 12, 10, 9, and 7.5. Then in the Vapor Max Plus Citrus, we have 5 9s, 2 8.5s, 2 7.5, 3 7s, 3 6, 1 8, and 2 10 women's. Then in the Vapor Max Flyknit White Black Photo Blue, we have a 10.5, 2 10s, a 9.5, 2 9s, an 8.5, 7.5, and 7. Then in the Black Hyper Pink colorway, we have a 12, 2 10.5, 2 10s, and 2 9.5 women's. Then in the Pink Oxford colorway, we have a 12 and 10.5 women's. Then in the Oreo colorway, we have an 8, 7.5, and 6 women's. Then the Air Max Thea Mid Ale Brown colorway, we have an 11, 8, 3 7.5s, and a 7 women's. Then in the Black Sail colorway, we have a 9, 8.5, 2 8, 7.5, and 6.5 women's. Then in the Air Max 2017 Wolf Gray, we have 2 14s, an 11.5, 11, 10, 9.5, 9, and 8.5. Then in the Pure Platinum Wolf Gray Women's, we have a 10.5, 10, 8.5, 2 8, 6.5, 5.5, and 5. Then in the men's sizes, we have a 13, 12.5, 12, 2 11.5s, 11, 2 10.5s, a 10, 9, and 7.5. Then in the Black Anthrite colorway, we have 2 9.5s, a 9, 2 8.5, 2 8s, and 1 7.5 women. Then in the Triple Black colorway, we have 2 13s, a 12.5, 3 12s, 2 11.5, 3 11s, a 10.5, 2 10s, 2 9.5s, 2 9s, 2 8.5s, an 8, 7.5, and 7. Then in the Cool Gray colorway, we have a 14, 13, 12, 11.5, 3 11s, 2 10.5s, 2 10s, and a 9. Then in the Air Max Bolt Triple Black, we have a 9.5 and 9. Then in the React Infinity Run Black Iron Gray, we have a 10.5 and 9.5. Then in the Black colorway, we have a 13, 9, and 8. Then in the Flash Crimson Baltic Blue colorway, we have an 11 and 8. Then in the Black Team Orange colorway, we have a 13, 12, 11.5, 10.5, and 10. Then in the Wolf Gray colorway, we have a 14, 12, 2 11.5s, 3 11s, 2 10.5s, a 10, 9.5, 3 9s, an 8.5, and 8. Then in the Black and White colorway, in women's, we have 3 8.5s, 3 8, 2 7.5, 2 7s, a 9, and 9.5. Then in men's, we have 3 13s, 2 12s, 3 11.5s, 3 11s, 2 10.5s, 3 10s, 2 9.5s, 5 9s, 4 8.5s, and 1 8. Then in the Black University Red Hyper Jade, we have a 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, and 9.5. Then in the Black Safari Hyper Pink colorway, we have 3 13s and 4 10s. Then in the Air Structure OG White Neil Teal, we have 2 13s, 2 12.5, 2 12s, 2 11.5, 3 11s, 2 10.5, 3 10s, a 9.5, 2 9s, an 8.5, 8, and 7.5. Then in the Black Smoke Gray colorway, we have 3 13s, 5 12s, an 11.5, 11, 2 10.5s, a 9.5, 9, 8.5, and 8. Then in the Nike Free Run 2 Black and White colorway, we have a 10 and 9. Then in the Wolf Gray colorway, we have an 11, 10.5, and 10. Then in the Nike Free RN Flyknit 2018 White Pure Platinum, we have an 11, 10, 9.5, 3 8, and 3 7.5. Then in the Black Pink Foam colorway, we have 2 10s, 1 9, 1 6.5, and 1 6. Then in the Nike Air Presto Triple Black Shiny Toe, we have an 11 and 8. Then in the Sunset Pulse colorway, we have a 6 women's. Then in the Nike Waffle 1 in the black colorway, we have a 5. Then in the Nike Daybreak Undercover University Red, we have a 9, 7.5, and 5.5 women's. Then in the Nike Challenger OG White University Red, we have 1 13, 3 12s, 2 11.5, 1 11, and 2 10.5. Then in the Nike Metcon 3 Black and White, we have a 13, 11.5, 11, 10.5, and 10. Then in the Camel colorway, we have a 12, 11, 10.5, 10, and 9. Then in the Nike Zoom Alpha Next Nature Flat Puriter, we have a 5 and 6. Then in the Barely Volt Orange colorway, we have a 13, 12, 11, 2 9s, an 8.5, 7.5, and 7. Then in the Nike Air Zoom Victory Volt Orange, we have 2 10s, 5 11, a 12, and 6 13s. Then the Nike Katy Trey 5s. In the Smoke Gray Black colorway, we have an 11.5. Then the Nike Kyrie Low Dark Marina Blue in an 8.5. Then the Nike Dunk Low Essentials Paisley Pack Barely in a 9 and 2 7 women's. Then in the Copper Swoosh colorway, we have 2 7Ys. Then in the Light Smoke Gray colorway, we have a 6 and 7 women's. Then in the Halloween colorway, we have an 11 and 8.5. Then in the Arizona State colorway, we have an 11.5, 10.5, and 9.5. Then the Nike Dunk High Electric Purple Midnight Navy Heavy in a 6Y. Then the Deadpool colorway, a 6.5Y. Then the Jordan Air Cadence Black Light Smoke Gray in a 10.5. Then the Jordan Liftoff in the South Beach colorway, we have a 9.5, 9, 8, 7.5, and 7. Then in the Black Dark Concord colorway, we have a 10. Then the Jordan Westbrook 1 Take Black Cement in a 10, 11, and 12. Then the Jordan Access White in an 11.5. Then the Bread colorway in a 10.5 and 12. Then the Air Max Aurora Cool Gray in a 10 and 11. Then the Jordan 13 French Blue, we have two 12s, two 11s, and two 11.5s. Then the Jordan 11 Cherries, we have an 8.5, 8, and 4Y. Then the Jordan 11 Low 72 and 10 and an 8. Then the Jordan 2 Chicago, we have an 11.5, 11, 10, and 6.5Y. Then the Jordan 1 Low Black Dark Powdered Blue in a 4Y. Then in the True Blue colorway, we have an 8. Then in the Tie-Dye colorway, we have a 10 and 8.5. Then the Jordan 1 Mid Green Python, we have an 8.5, 8, and two 7.5 women's. Then in the Game Royal colorway, we have a 12. Then in the Jordan 1 High Taxis, we have two 7Ys and an 8 men's. Then in the Starfish colorway, we have a 7.5 women's. Then in the NYC to Paris colorway, we have a 7.5. Then the White Black Volt University Gold colorway in a 9.5. And the Black Metallic Gold colorway in a 9.5. And the Bleach Coral colorway in a 12 and 13. And finally, the Jordan 1 High Dior's in a size 9.5. And yeah, guys, my camera's about to die, so don't forget to subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of my newest videos. We're still giving this pair away at 1,000 subscribers, so since you made it to the end of the video, might as well subscribe. Again, camera's about to die, so let's roll our brand new tally right now.